Folsom Field officially has new turf. It was just installed this week.
CU decided to make the switch back to turf after 26 years of having natural grass as their playing surface. The grass versus turf debate is one sports fans know all too well. Our Jack Linehan joins us with the tale of the two sides. Which one do you like?
Yeah, Kim, this is what the turf looks like now at Folsom Field right behind me. And they're no stranger to turf, but it's been a while since the Buffs have played on an artificial surface. In the 101 seasons of football at Folsom Field, they've played on turf for only 28 seasons, 1971 until 1999. Every other season has been grass. But athletic director Rick George says putting in turf will help CU host more non-football events at Folsom, like concerts. Back in April, Deion Sanders agreed and said Colorado's weather plays a role too.
Yeah, we plan on making it to the playoffs. And we don't want to play in the frozen tundra. I don't know if the heating system that once was available, I don't know if that was still available because we do so much in the off season. I mean, this university is a magnet for events. So when you have an events and you putting a lot of wear and tear on grass, that's kind of tough.
So that's the argument for turf, but there's a few big arguments against turf. Numerous studies have found that football players get hurt significantly more often on turf than on grass, particularly with non-contact injuries. Turf also retains heat at a much higher level than grass, up to 80 degrees hotter, and there's those pesky little pellets, which natural grass expert David Schloop tells me they carry serious health risks.
I think that there's other studies, that is really getting concerned about the microplastics, really getting concerned about the carcinogens from it. They've been attempting to change some of that, but the reality is, third law of thermodynamics, it's going to break down. And that's either going to go to dust, it's either going to go on your hands, it's either going to your lungs, or it's going to get in the water supply and it's going to go somewhere.
So NFL stadiums is about a 50-50 split between turf and grass, but in college football, it's actually in the D1 level, 70-30 in favor of turf. I think it's probably because of the reasons that CU and Rick George are thinking, better variety for things outside of football, but I mean, plenty of reasons to stick with grass, and the Buffs were actually the exception to the rule in college football by sticking with grass until now.
Yeah. And okay, first of all, do you vacuum up those little pellet guys? Can you do that? I mean, I
think you can, yeah, because they dump them in. They have like buckets full of pellets that they dump in to make the surface feel like that.
And it does make sense, I guess, for clearing snow. But like you look at Mile High, I mean, they have great grounds crews. So their grass, I mean, they have their big concerts.
And I think there's a point to make, too, as well. That's kind of the point of football. You play in the elements, right? You play in the snow, you play in the mud, you play in the rain.
Yeah.
You get that removed if you go to turf.
And it is hot.
Very hot.
I remember how hot it was. It's hot, that turf.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You ask anybody that was with the band or was doing anything out there, it's hot. Okay, thank you, Jack.